Hello again everybody, and a very warm welcome back. If you're brand new and you're just landing with our channel for the very first time, very warm welcome on board to you. Please do hit that subscribe button down below and be sure to give the video a thumbs up as well. Today we're taking a look at the brand new FSRealistic third-party add-on from Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I'm sure you guys have seen all the videos to death covering this the new add-on. But I wanted to offer my opinion, and they were very kind to reach out and send me a copy for the purpose of a review. If you want to get your hands on anything shown today in this video, FSRealistic, or even the JustFlight PA machinery that we're basing ourselves at today, all the links will be in the description down below. So what is FSRealistic? In short, it's a program that runs alongside the simulator, and it adds a load of other immersive sounds to the soundscape within the sim. Now, by opening the program, you spawn in and it connects to the simulator itself. You get this options menu, and there's a couple of profiles. It recognises the aircraft that we're in, i.e. at the moment the 787-10, and you've got a master switch so you can turn it on or off as you wish. There is a profile cloud too, so that you can download other profiles that other people might have created for their own FSRealistic experience. You might find that some of those work really well for you. But in effect, this is your standard setup, and you can turn things on. So if you've got the helicopters, there's a blade slapping feature. That's really cool, and you can turn that on and off if you're in a heli. There's an engine start option for piston engines, light GA aircraft, that sort of thing. Again, you can change the vibrations and the engine sounds on there. You can turn that on or off. That doesn't apply to us today, but we have got engine vibrations as well, and we're going to check that out through a departure at Palmer once we get everything sorted. Flaps drag, lever stress, a whole lot. Landing claps as well for those successful buttery smooth landings, and for those of us who aren't quite as successful, crash screaming too. So why have I selected the 787? That's because I've got a third-party sound pack attached to it. So we're going to test it out with this. So I've got it running in the background, and you can just about hear some of the cabin sounds behind us. You can hear latches being closed and seatbelts being latched, which is quite cool. I haven't got a flight plan for this, but we're just going to basically take off and fly runway heading and vector ourselves back around for an approach, effectively. A non-standard circuit. Now, the centre of my review is going to focus on mostly the sounds inside the flight deck, because that's where we're going to spend most of our time. So I think it's important to focus on those. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments below, whether you think it's worth having, or if you've got other ideas. Share your thoughts down in the comments section. And for some people, they might think, you know what, don't need it. But for others, this is going to be an absolute lifesaver for them. So we should get some centerline bumps. A couple of gear noises and a few other cool little things, maybe some engine vibrations. So the vibrations there are very strong, but you can turn them down. We're going to rocket up to V1. There we are. So we are really light. Bumps from the wind, I do like that. Gear up. Very cool. The wind sounds are fantastic, actually, I've got to say. There we are. Vectoring ourselves around through the cloud a little bit. We're going to start a bit of a downwind leg now. Two, four. So far I would probably turn the vibrations down a little bit, but otherwise, all in, it actually seems quite good so far. Naturally we need to check out landing, that's quite an important moment for the add-on, but also perhaps some general aviation aircraft, for those of us who love a bit of VR or VA type ops in some smaller aircraft, general aviation aircraft. So here we go, little downwind leg. Takeoff sounds actually sounded pretty good, but of course we've got the all-important touchdown sounds to consider soon, and it's going to be worth having a little look at what some of the general aviation sounds sound like as well. Hope you guys are finding this useful. Do click like, do click subscribe, and share your thoughts down below. Some of the sounds from inside the cabin are really nice. So, final approach coming up. I've got it set up for a really basic ILS approach, basically. For runway 06 left here at Palma de Mallorca. So we're expecting some vibrations, maybe some gear sounds, and perhaps maybe some clapping, or some screaming, if it all goes wrong. If it all goes wrong. So I'm approach mode. Let's get on that ILS down to 160. Giving us the shoutiness. Down to 80. Down to 20. There's those sort of flap noises. In the cabin. That does sound quite cool, even in the cabin view. We are super slow today. 125. Laps 25. Those screams. I was trying to see if there might be some screams. Wow, they sound happy. That was a rough old landing though. Oh well. Oh, that's pretty good. I do like the clapping in the background, although probably not every time. So what about some other aircraft then? General aviation with the piston noises. Let's check those out. So we're back in one of my favourites, the JustFlight PA28 Arrow III for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're going to check out the piston start sounds within FSRealistic. In short, during piston engine startup, we might get torque causing airframe vibrations and sounds. And everything else, ground effect, ground roll, over G, overspeed, crash screaming, cockpit ambience, brakes, airframe wind are all present in here. So it's going to be interesting to see how the wind noise compares against that at the Dreamliner that we've just flown in with a quick circuit at Bristol. And I'll try to cream the landing a bit better this time. Reds, greens, blues. Bear prop. A little bit of vibration. This again has got custom sounds within it, which are really good. So I'm using this FSRealistic program in conjunction with that, because I want to see how it all works. Not the best weather for VFR, but I do like a bit of live weather in the sim. You guys know that. So why not? Run-up checks aside, we're in a simulator. Pretty happy that all works. We'll get straight onto the active. Sounds pretty nice. There's a bit of engine vibration. And again, the vibration needs to come down quite a bit, really. 60 knots. Up we go. Now, I have noticed a little bit of a performance hit on my system, has to be said. We are straight into pea soup. I'm going to get comments like, why are you using add-on aircraft like the JustFlight PA28? And that's because they've said on their website that it's compatible with third-party aeroplanes. So I wanted to give it the chance to work, basically, with some of my favourite ones. The Heavy Division 787, the JustFlight PA28 Arrow III. You guys get the gist, and I think it's quite important as well because it's primarily what we're going to be using the most in the sim a lot of the time. And yeah, you know what, it does add quite a nice little added bit of realism to the simulator, especially the runway noise. Using the NDB to sort of navigate around. as we fly around the hills here. Lulsgate Bottom, the Mendips. Okay, final approach then. I've still got the clapping noises switched on, I believe. Not the best weather for this. There we go. Some brake noises. So, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you guys want to get your hands on this add-on, FSRealistic, then check the links down in the description for today's video below. I think for the airliners it really comes into its own. General aviation, I'd probably set some profiles and turn quite a lot of it off. Things like cockpit ambience, crash screaming, and landing claps and things like that probably keep off. Landing claps by default are off, which is quite good, and I definitely would reduce the vibrations to below 50%. I think by default they're at 65 for most. That's engine vibrations to 35. That's actually pretty good. So around about 30 to 35 I think is probably your ideal for vibrations, especially for these smaller aircraft. As you guys can see there, hopefully that makes a bit of sense for you. Hope you found the video useful. Do let us know what you think. Make sure you stay subscribed. I hope you guys have found the video useful. Make sure you hit subscribe down below, and don't forget to give the video a little like while you're here before you head off. Check out my live stream schedule and all my other tutorials across the channel as well, including the new AIG AI Manager and how to get it all set up working really nicely on VATSIM. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.